I'm not the one who has failed. It is Kenya that has failed.
Do the Lord's work. Hatutaki michezo hapo serikali. Pesa ya kaunti inaporwa, watu wanakaa tu ndege. A very stupid citizen. Hatuwezi tulia na pesa inaporwa. Ndio maana nilikuchagi. Leta microphone bwana, nitaasira mingi sana. Nasema kitu moja. As a citizen, be a responsible person to your society. Wewe kama youth uko na smartphone. Kuna mahali inaitwa Auditor General Report website. Angalia constituency yako. Mimi nimeangalia constituency yangu inaitwa Nyakach constituency. Na MP ni mtu mwingine mwizi anaitwa Aduma Ugoro. Out of 140 million allocated to the constituency, from the Auditor General Report, 82 million has been mismanaged. Wamepora. Ukikuja
and welcome to my channel. So I'm back with another update on Morara as promised. So you've just seen a clip from one of his civic education trips, and gathering from the reaction, it seems like his message is getting through to the grassroots level where it's needed. But speaking of his trips, unfortunately yesterday when he was traveling back from Embu, he got involved in a road accident, and surprisingly the driver of the other vehicle escaped without any injuries, yet his vehicle was mangled badly.
Bado anaongea. Sasa siashukuru Mungu kwamba kwanza he is alive. First thank God that you are alive, alafu tuanze kuongea story. Ndio. Wapi huyo mzee? And why is he drunk? Bugs.
Just look at that wreckage.
Lipasuka taya zote na ikatoa airbags.
The tire was almost coming off.
Lipasuka taya zote.
After posting the wreckage, he posted, "Guys, I need help finding this guy." That is the driver. In the confusion, he has slipped away and left his wrecked car. I just want to confirm that his escape is out of genuine fear. I don't want to overthink. Kama ako genuine, akuje tumalize his story. Accidents happen, ni hali ya maisha, but akitoroka, it starts looking like it's something else. He made another post of the drunk driver who escaped, and then compared the same picture with the shot taken from his gathering in Embu earlier in the day, and it seems like the circled guy has a similar shirt and hat as the man who was involved in the accident. Wondering why this accident is raising a lot of question marks. Morara's grandfather George passed away in I think 51 years ago in a suspicious road accident after making an expose.
George Morara was a member of parliament who lasted barely 9 months in the August House before death snatched him away. The young lawmaker, both in age and the political scene, is said to have given the government a 48-hour ultimatum to produce a convict who had assassinated Tom Mboya. But before the lapse of those 48 hours, Morara perished in a road accident. Was it a normal accident or was it premeditated? 51 years after his death, his daughter has embarked on a quest to establish what caused their father's death, saying...
Thursday, 22nd September that year, in his communication from the chair, House Speaker Fred Mati did not mince his words, saying, and I quote, "The late Honorable George Justus Morara, member for Mugirango West, on the afternoon of Saturday, 12th September, died instantly as a result of motor accident. Mr. Morara was not going for joyride when he met his death. He was in the service of this nation. having left Kakamega on his way to his constituency after a sitting of the Select Committee on Unemployment. Rarely has a man's so short career in this house left such an indelible mark on his character and devotion to duty. End of quote. It is a statement that perhaps in itself opened a can of worms against the government that was already under intense pressure. Rising on a point of order immediately, Mbita legislator Osingo Migure is captured on the Hansard, stating, "Mr. Speaker, when the late Honorable Member for West Mugirango, Mr. Morara, passed away, the Voice of Kenya informed this country that Mr. Morara had an accident. His car collided with a lorry. Now, the next day, sir, we received information from the press that Morara's vehicle collided with a government Land Rover. We have two conflicting reports, and members of the public are bound to know how the MP had an accident. We do not know which one is right and which one is wrong." End of quote. In his question by private notice, then Kimilili lawmaker Elijah Mwangali said, "In view of the fact that the late Honorable Morara died in a motor accident in which a government criminal investigation department vehicle was involved, and since this vehicle was attached to the Western Provincial Police Headquarters in Kakamega, will the government assure this House that police investigations currently underway on the cause of this fatal accident shall be done by an independent police team from outside Western Province?"
See now why people are trying to liken the two incidences, though it could be a coincidence. So this morning he talked again about the accident. And yesterday after the accident, I disappeared very fast from the scene in another car because sometimes accidents are used to cause confusion so that the real thing can happen. I don't want to blame anyone without evidence, but now I know I'm on a clock. I have too many enemies to start guessing who can do it. The government officials that we have exposed, the opposition that feels we are taking their space, because obviously we don't have an opposition. The ones who claim to be in the opposition are in the government. So rising tribal chiefs that feel like our message might dilute their influence, presidential candidates who think I will run against them, contractors who have been paid money and disappeared, sympathetics of the corrupt. The list is endless. I will definitely review my security details upwards, and I will avoid meetings that spill over into the night. I'm grateful to be alive, and I believe it's for a reason, but also for a season, because one day I will still die. In fact, that message elicited a lot of reactions. Somebody captured that drunk driver and said, "The man you are looking for has been recalled to State House. He faces allegations of failing to properly execute a high-profile plan." So this one is insinuating the person was sent to take out Morara, and the person was getting orders from State House. So because the mission was not accomplished, he's been summoned to State House to be reprimanded. The following message read, "Corruption fights back. Remember the county 002 goons. Being targeted at night is much easier. It's safer to reduce night travel, especially in unfamiliar roads, if possible. Just be real. Overthinking is okay. I can see it's Mutai has prophesied the same. It might be true. Trust your instincts. Always remember these names that shaped Kenyan's history through strange and tragic deaths. Bishop Alexander Muge, Father John Kaiser, Robert Ouko, Pio Gamapinto, Tom Mboya, George Anyona, and J.M. Kariuki. They cannot believe the crowds you're pulling deep in the mountain. They see you as a threat. Be careful. We need you alive. The closest people can also be against you. This is a crazy world. Yeah, this is something that Morara really needs to take note of. You forgot people you have conned. That's a hater, obviously. Must be a paid blogger. Then this guy, Ron GCD, raised a very interesting question. He said, Lord Abraham Mutai will be held responsible should anything bad happen to Morara. That's because another activist, or is it a political aspirant, Francis Gaitho, posted, I think what Morara Kebaso should invest in is his own podcast studio and a crew to go around the country documenting stalled projects so that in a week he can tackle like 10 topics simultaneously. But that's just my opinion. Then this Lord Abraham Mutai said, accident will happen soon. Huh? Then Francis replied, we don't doubt Mohammed Amin's capabilities at all. I think this is the head of DCI. So the next statement read, one statement to you. You are not your grandpa. That is the George Morara I've just talked about. You came out of that road accident alive. Same to Caswell. He's not Tomboya. So if you're not aware, obviously this Caswell Macaure is being likened to Tomboya. He is who he thinks he is. You are exactly who you think you are. You have your paths to travel, battles to win, and evil to conquer. They could kill me for saying this, but no, I am spiritually behind you, fighting with you. Your ancestry line is fully behind you, and God is leading them as your guardian angels. Ruto is not the author of time or the finisher. You are not dying yet, a luta continua. This is the Lord Ibrahim Mutai who was predicting that Morara will be involved in an accident. And judging from what he's been posting, he seems like he's siding with Ruto's agendas. So nobody should expect him to back anything Morara does. I said before, Morara really needs prayers. So even if you're not a prayer warrior, just say a simple prayer for God to keep him safe. And we also need a lot of mini Moraras to emerge so that anybody who is trying to sabotage the movement can be overwhelmed. Because even if they take out Morara, which I hope they don't, it will be useless for them to do so because the movement will not be stopped, as there's going to be a lot of people singing the same song that Morara is singing. So just like this video, share with as many people as possible. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.